Okay, I'm going to show you how to plaster our surface. I want you to measure off your board at 1 3/4 inches and put a piece of tape. Now this is if you've got the 20 by 20 board and you're waiting on, and you're going to put a wooden border, pardon me, on the bottom. Now I'm going to take my plaster, and I'm using my palette knife, and I'm just going to apply it. The board has been painted first with pebble. So I'm just going to apply this, just like you're buttering it on toast, peanut butter maybe. And you can see that I'm leaving patches. We want to leave the patches. We want to have some of the background showing through. This is going to create shadows in our plaster look afterwards. And that's what we're looking for. We're going to add several glazes. So the tape is there to protect the area that we're going to be gluing our wooden piece of barn wood, or whichever kind of wood you'd like to glue there. We're going to put that there, so it's going to make our products that we're painting on here look like they're sitting on a shelf. So you see how I'm leaving some of these empty gaps. Now when you spread it on, it's going to spread on fairly smooth from your knife. Some places you'll get some lifted edges, blah, blah, but you're not worried about that. Actually, we're going to go back where it's very, very smooth here. I'm going to go back with my knife as it starts to set up a bit, and it doesn't take too long, just to actually, I slide it across so I can lift up some more of those edges. I really want those because they're going to grab some of my glazes later on and give us another nice look for this old polished plaster look that we're going to have. I'm not wanting it to be too thick that it's going to interfere with our pattern that we're painting on. We don't want to have great big deep crevices, but we do want a little bit of texture because I want it to have the look of an old plastered wall. So if we want that look, this is what we're going to do to it. If you just wanted to paint it on a stained background, you could stain your background. You don't have to put the plaster on, but it is a neat technique that we're going to, I think you're going to like it. And you can do it on old lamps. You can do it on anything. This cottage plaster, basically, actually, it's texture paste, but their texture paste will adhere really nicely to ceramic pieces, glass and ceramic old lamps, so you can plaster on those. We're going to be adding a bit of a stencil look here, and you'll see that. So once I've got this whole thing plastered, I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to just dry it a smidgen, and then I'm going to apply a stencil. I like the raised stencil look up in the corner. Again, it's a scroll stencil. It does not have to have the stencil added to it, but again, it's another pretty design feature, so I kind of like them, so we put on whatever. But any kind of scroll you have will be good. I'm using a nice delicate one, but everybody has their own choices, and a lot of people might just say, no, I don't want a scroll on there. So it's up to you. So I'm gonna dry this now. Now you see how I'm getting it nice and roughed up. It roughs up really, really nice. I'm going to just lift it up there. Hopefully you can see it a bit better. But you see the rough texture look here. So we're looking to have that there. You're not concerned if you see some, not like meringue pie by any means, but I do want to lift them up and get a little bit of roughness there because that's going to create little pockets to grab my glazes. The tape will take the plaster, it'll take it off afterwards where you have it on top of your tape, so don't panic about that. This is the main area we're going to be painting, so you don't have to have too much for your basket's going to be here, so you're not really concerned if you have a lot of ridging here because it is going to be covered over. Our bottle is going to be here and our hanging spray is going to be here. So if you do want to keep that in mind and keep a little bit of those areas a little less rough, might be a little easier to paint. All right,